Let's play the game.
Alright, guys.
You get that focus.
So.
You are the worst at computers.
Yeah, you're pretty bad, John.
Voices
Never
are
used a
soft.
computer before, actually.
So first we're going to get started and play a little bit of Galacide, and then we're going to get into talking about what we've been working on since our build at ECGC. Was that last week?
Yes.
Yeah, it seems like it was forever ago. So last week at ECGC, we had a build that was fairly playable. And didn't really crash too much, but that was also a build, I think, 2 weeks or a week prior to that.
It was kind of old, but
Yeah, it was a little old. There's been a lot of work since. Obviously, to get the scratches taken care of, but most noticeably, I think the stuff that we've done that's in this build is that we've replaced the. I guess we're supposed to reduce game on now. Come on, John. Get your stuff together.
The one on the right. Yeah. It's like it's probably good.
I'm gonna go through the SVN log and see if I can point out some big things, but
No, this is not Blade Symphony.
big things. No, it's not Blade Symphony. It's by the people who did Blade Symphony. We're working on a new game, and as was mentioned in our announcement, the future of Blade Symphony is sort of rests in the hands of this game, just because we obviously don't have we don't have the money right now to commit to something that is a lot of difficulty to work on, and it's just also very time consuming. Work with Blade Symphony is old. It's an old game. We still want to try and support it as best we can, but we can't do that if we have no money. So
Less than infinity.
yeah, less than infinity. So this is a new game that we've shown at ECGC, the East Coast Gaming Conference here in Raleigh. We announced it early last week, and what it is basically it's a puzzle. It's a puzzler like Candy Crush and oh man, what was that? What was that one? Just Candy Crush, right?
Just a little billion copies.
So it's like a
Just
puzzler
like
like Candy Crush, and it's a shmup, like a shoot 'em up, like Gradius or I guess you could say R-Type, maybe Galaxy. So there's the player plays as a spaceship, and he shoots the enemies, and the enemies drop these little what they look like kind of eyes, but they're really sort of like ocular guts, right? And they've got this eye that sort of looks at the ship, and you pick it up, and it's got a certain color, and then the color, if you shoot it at what we're calling the bits, they match 4 and above, and then they'll disappear, and it clears your route forward. It's co-op up to 4 players, and we're gonna put it out in Steam Early Access within hopefully the next couple of weeks, depending on what we hear from Valve.
Dutch, the only real comparison with Candy Crush is that you also match things.
That's it. Yeah, that's
Besides
really
that,
it.
yeah.
I guess I don't know.
And I'm not gonna fuck around.
It's really just any match 4. It's just we just took a match 4 mechanic, right, and just put it in this game. So it's really not even that it's like that at all. But so yeah, as John and Ryan here are playing through the game, they're pretty much just showing that for the most part they're shooting enemies, and they're picking up scrap and shooting the scrap at these little bits that are looking around the screen, and along the way they can get sort of bomb scrap, right? And they picked up some of those with the pink.
Those are like the pink ones. They kind of look different than like the orb eyeball things.
Yeah, orbs.
I'm not sure how
That's kind of what they are now.
Yeah, I'm not sure how
Orbs.
good it comes across on the screen.
Yeah. Well, they need to rotate too. Like
can
they're
see them,
rotating on one
rotate
axis,
towards
but they're not. Like they just seem like they're still.
Yeah.
But it's a little strange.
They're still work.
Yeah.
In progress.
To say at least, but and then the player will actually be able to upgrade their weapons. So John and Ryan are both mining ships. We've got 2 ships. Yeah, it'd probably be a good idea. I've got 2 ships in game that work right now, and the third ship is in game. It just doesn't have art for it, so we're not showing it off just yet.
Yeah, it's currently a prototype, so we're not really gonna.
It works really well, I think. Personally, it's the base ship.
It's definitely fun.
So the ability for these 2 mining ships, they can suck these little orbs towards them. So you can see that player 2 sort of doing that a little bit and bringing it towards them. Makes it a lot easier to get the bits when they're sort of in an unreachable area. they were playing as the freighter, which one of them should have been, honestly.
Yeah, right.
The freighter has the ability to tow scrap or behind the ship, so that these scrap kind of ambiently fire, and currently that's broken. So
What?
Yeah, I don't think so.
the scrap-
Is this the new build?
yeah, the scrap are still not fire, as you can see. So we'll see it here in a second when you choose another ship.
Well, they started from all the ships.
So with the freighter, that's P2. If he were to, yes, he's not firing at all.
Yeah.
No biggie. Freighter's just pretty much not usable right now.
Still good.
Yeah, it's still good.
It's trying to fire. I don't know what's happening.
You better use your tractor beam ability, man. You're the only guy who has the ability.
I think it's just the package because it works on like
Yeah, I gotta figure that out.
just missing like.
It may work on development, but when we pack it up, it's probably missing something. So it's probably a matter with the pack, like a issue with the packing process. It's weird that it happened after we replaced the scrap models, but that's just a little strange to me. So recently, we worked on a couple of different things. There's when you pick up scrap now, it actually colors your ship, which is really cool, and we think it's super noticeable. It's awesome. So if you'll notice that P2 were to pick up that I don't know, one of those purple, it will actually get colored. It'll flash for a second. It's a neat little call out that I think helps a lot. To remind you of what color you picked up.
2 or 3 times before this one.
Yeah.
I didn't even notice that thing that it.
Yeah, it's cool. It helps out a lot once you just start staring strictly at your ship. It's really cool. And then also recently the freighter, we added some particles there for the tail.
Yeah, I yeah.
Yeah, it kind of stretches and it sticks out a lot better, so that it doesn't seem like they're just sort of floating there. They're actually kind of towed by something. It's kind of like a cool little. It's almost like a tractor beam, but it's not a tractor beam. We have a tractor beam for something else. But, so other than that, we've been pretty much working on just doing a lot of polish for the game and trying to get things ready so that for the most part this build will be what we push out on the Steam Early Access. We're going to follow it up with a couple more enemies and another ship. Yeah, another ship. Where hopefully, in a couple weeks, we'll be able to push out the phase ship once we get the art assets done for that. And right now, in the background here, Mike is behind me somewhere. He's working on implementing the turrets, which are really cool. Those are strapped to the bits, so that when you're traversing through the bit wall, the turrets will actually fire at you. And he's trying to figure out what happens, like if you're behind, if the turret is behind you. But we'll have to play around with a couple different solutions. And see what fits best. There were some jet particles added for the enemies. So
yeah, you can.
Yeah, it's a little noticeable. Like it's noticeable once you start.
Noticeable.
Yeah, we don't want it to be too noticeable.
Some
But
enemies. But
it's definitely some good polish that was added, I think.
yeah, before it was just there was nothing. I think it had more. So.
Other than that, we've been primarily working on a lot of the behind-the-scenes stuff. There's some menu things that were being worked on. John's working on a lot of that stuff. Yeah, all the menus. We can't necessarily ship a demo build to Steam because that would be shitty.
You probably want to be able to like quit the game and stuff like that.
Yeah, no. We want them to stay in the game forever.
Yeah.
Forever. And then you've been working on some Steam Cloud stuff.
Yeah, Steam Cloud's in, it works.
Yay.
There's not
What
much
does it
to
say?
save right now. It's just your high score and a level.
Okay. That's something. It's a start.
Yeah.
Well, we'll add more later. So what do we think about saving the Steam Cloud down?
Just like if when we're talking about like him, that'll be up there.
Okay.
And like
It's useful for
a
me.
lot of this stuff isn't in right now.
Right.
Like the currency to like buy stuff.
Yeah, but we're not gonna do currency right away, are we?
The ship is probably not for early access.
Yeah. So we'll follow that up in a couple weeks. We want to do something sort of a currency system where when you complete bits, right? Is that right? When you complete bits, they drop sort of the kind of like a glowy fuzz or something like that, and you pick those up and you get enough of them, you can actually buy stuff in your store with them, which would be pretty sweet.
Yeah, just like the extra ships and probably different maps and stuff. Not quite sure exactly what it is going to be yet, but
It's currency for something in the future. best as we could ask right now. Let's see. What else did we work on? Man, we did a lot.
That flash.
Yeah.
Respawn flash, which when you're invincible.
Yeah, it kind of blinks.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can still be hit by something, but you don't take damage.
You don't take damage.
Yeah.
You're invulnerable when you spawn for like
Are we
half a
keeping
second
the
or
blink?
something. The blink?
Yeah, because it blinks, right?
Yeah. I think so.
I haven't seen anybody die in a little bit,
I
but
just died. Yeah. That's why I just noticed it because I died.
yeah, I don't dislike it. It's pretty
It's-
cool. It's just very yeah, it's very old school, which is nice. Which is pretty cool. Let's see. Oh man, so much behind the work stuff. Blueprint work and animation work. There's
It's a lot of polish stuff that no one will care about that needs to be there.
oh yeah, and the beam was changed since ECGC.
Yeah,
so
it's
got
a
a
little
different
less
effect.
in your face.
Yeah.
I like it now.
It looks better now. Maybe it should be
Yeah, but it's just a little less like it's like a little bit more like transparent and
Yeah.
stuff like
It
that.
also seems like it's thinner. It's got that different texture in it.
Yeah.
Because I think before it was like it was
That was
white
like-
and it had
yeah.
mostly a border around it.
It was that was like one of the, I think it was like the third particle we made. So like, obviously.
Yeah, it was a while ago. So it needed a little bit of juicification.
Yeah, I wasn't sure how it was gonna come out when we decided we were gonna tone it down, and it was better than it did before. So that's cool.
I guess it's okay.
So one thing that we're not showing right now, and that we should probably work on showing next week, and that's just because of how we're pushing it over to
Look
Steam.
at the pink bones.
Yeah, we changed all the scrap.
Oh
actually.
yeah, this is one of the first things. One of the first things I mentioned. All the scrap were changed.
Yeah, those were like models that we had made like during our like first kind of like game jam to like
Last year. in,
last year. Yeah, that was.
September.
I think that was like the first model that was made.
Yeah,
and
was
had just been
scrap.
in the whole time. So
Yeah.
finally got around to it.
The oldest models, pretty much.
Yeah.
But then the pink ones. The pink ones are these bombs, and I don't know about you guys.
They
but
have them on my tail.
Okay. Yeah. See, and it's spinning on another axis right there, which
Yeah,
is really cool.
I think the bombs are more complete than like the scrap. So
See, and I think it's the reverse because when the pink is floating like that, it's not. It's only rotate. It's not even. It's rotating on like one axis.
You want this?
Like it should kind of be rotating
Maybe
how
if you
it's
wanna
rotating
get
on your
it,
tail.
They're good at that.
Wow. Yeah. Well, not that you can do anything with it.
what do you mean?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it'll save us later if we get stuck.
Sure. Yeah. And he can use the pink stuff. So.
It doesn't shoot like mad bullets right now, but
Oh yeah, one thing that we haven't shown yet because it's not in this build. There's a whole tutorial level that we've been working on.
Yeah.
You want to talk about that a little bit, Ryan?
It's a tutorial. It's a tutorial. Yeah, it's definitely got things.
Yeah. We should try and see if we can get a video of it or something.
Yeah, it's still
Put it
like
over here.
like a lot of the pop-ups right now are just like text that are rendered. Like I gotta go in and
And Meredith gave you all the art for that, right?
I think so.
Okay. So you really just need. Is there anything else you need for it?
Yeah, I need some time. That's all I need.
Yeah. I saw all the art she did. It was that cool like flat-looking logo or flat-looking ship, and then like the text, which was
Yeah.
really cool. And then each one had like a little icon for what it was doing.
Well, like the structures there, like the actual like level that you would play is done. I just need to add like the art.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
that's cool.
Well, let's see. I guess this is a small thing. The fins are bouncing up and down for the mining ship, I believe. A lot of work on the phase ship. A lot of tutorial map work, yeah. New exit animation for shooter. Did that get in? Exit animation for shooter. That was
Yeah, so they like before. I don't know if we can see one. It'll like properly like move up its wings now. I think
It still kind of snaps in. You'll notice like when they're flying in. You notice that? If you guys will stop fucking shooting them for a second.
my bad. I had the laser.
Watch,
I
see
couldn't
that?
stop.
yeah, that's a bug.
Okay.
And Turtles, it's not. We didn't remove it. It's just a bug that they're not firing right now. They should be firing.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
no,
scrap.
we don't intend on that. I mean, a lot of the ships are based on having scrap that fighters, so that's definitely not something that's like a core feature. Not want to get rid of that. So I know a lot of the artists' work this coming week is going to be getting different assets in. There's a space station that's being done for a background asset. There's a satellite model. There's a space buoy model. A couple of cool different things. I think I want to say Sam had meant to do some asteroid work in the background. Do you remember, Sam? He's listening. No, he's on his headphones.
Oh boy. This is how we communicate at Puny Human.
Did he see that? Of course he did. God, and I only have one stuffed animal. Fuck.
That's Tom Stuffleupicus.
Hey Sam, what did you want to do with the asteroid?
Just we're gonna pull the background.
Oh, for the okay. Alright, so
Yeah.
farther in the background.
Because the farthest ones are actually like
3D.
no, they're actually 2D. They're like images.
Oh yeah, okay.
The closer ones are 3D. They're like
Right.
assets and they rotate, but the very far ones are actually kind of fucking
What'd you do? Don't die. You only had a half a mil? God. I would expect better from you.
Really bad.
Looks like there's some more scrap idols that were just put in by Devin for 2 of the scraps. He's working on that right now. Not quite sure what they're supposed to do when they're idling. It seems like most of
that's
the
the
time.
floating thing. Like when
Yeah,
they're floating,
okay,
the spin,
gotcha.
I think.
So then this coming week, I think we'll probably be working on everything for shipping, right? So that's going to be
You need to use your mining wizard.
finishing this tutorial and the menus, right? So John, you've been working on the options menu. You worked on the menu, main menu. The ship selection screen is pretty much done, but Meredith is making changes to show the abilities, right?
I don't know if that'll get in.
Okay.
It might. It depends.
Okay. So what that
it's
is,
not too important, but yeah.
what that is that on the ship selection screen, we're not. You may want to show them real quick.
Oh, I didn't mean to hear you try.
Oh, nice. Okay, way to go. On the ship selection screen, we're not really showing what the abilities levels are. So in game, you can level up your abilities, and if you have, well, I guess you can't do it for tractor beam, right? So you have certain abilities based on the ship. So if it's not even abilities, they're kind of like leveling up.
No, you level like your gun will change or
Yeah,
some other
but
stuff.
we call these abilities, right? But we don't have like the mining ship.
The mining
its ability
ship's
isn't
tractor beam doesn't change; its guns change.
right.
Like yeah, the levels themselves. That's why we need to like put it on there because they're all different.
Yeah, we should probably try and differentiate it somehow, but either way.
High five.
High five. So, those we're gonna try and get in. The main menu, try and get in. Option screen seems to be mostly working. What's the deal with that, John?
It's done.
It's
I
all
just
done?
need,
All done.
usability testing from everybody
Okay.
that wants to do it, and then I'll push it.
So it switches resolution, it changes sound, it lowers graphics quality, all sorts of things.
All the things we want to do.
Sure, cool.
Except key bindings. That's not gonna
Yes, right. So
That's
we'll,
a different task.
yeah, because that's figuring out that whole key thing is going to be.
I don't think it's.
It won't be that bad, but just getting it for like, this won't like be early access. But being able to like have different bindings for each player is not something that's going to be. It's not something that's kind of.
Yeah. They're just all going to have to use the same.
For now, we'll try to find a solution.
Yeah. What really, if we have the time, I think that's going to be a high priority after early access is to get it so that people can at least change their own. Because right now it's Z and X, right? So
Oh yeah, so for the controls, actually just that's what the key bindings are on a keyboard. Currently the arrows move you, and Z is to shoot and X is to use your special ability. Which is like, I don't know, some people hate it, some people like it. It's kind of just, we chose it because it's like the,
standard
for this,
shmup control
yeah, for
scheme,
this like genre, it seemed like that wasn't the standard on
Yeah.
keyboard, so kind of went for that. But that's, yeah,
Okay.
it'll be key binding, so if you hate it, we can change it.
There will be key binding?
Yeah, we'll have key binding. At
But not
least
for early access though. Not for right away.
Not for multiple profiles, but we'll have it for single player.
Will we have it for the next couple of weeks though? Like, will we have it by Friday? Sure.
Try.
Okay.
Try
Well,
it.
that's something that we need to get done. Honestly.
Yeah,
That's like a
that-
fairly high priority.
I wasn't ever even thinking that I wasn't gonna get it.
Okay. Okay. Well, then that'll be next. Sounds like John. Who's got that? Yeah, 'cause that's his territory. Okay. God, what else? What else are we working on? Screens. Turrets are getting in. I mentioned that. Mike's working on those now.
The leaderboard.
Right.
I'm working on the leaderboard right now.
What does that look like? Like what? That's just your standard leaderboard, and it's categorized somehow.
Yeah, so right now, like, we only have endless mode, so it's only going to show endless mode, but, it'll just show, like, your score, like, you can sort it by, like, who's, like, out of your friends, like, who's the top out of your friends, and, like, the worldwide leaderboard, so, like, whoever's the top in that. Then you can also, like, go to you, so you can be depressed and look at how everyone's better than you.
Wow.
Or if you're, like, good, I guess, whatever.
Okay. So that'll be something in that people can use for their EP.
Yeah.
Something that's not really going in for early access right away is you've been toying around with Mac build.
I am. It's running, but there's still some work that needs to get done.
It's not very optimized.
Yeah. I'm not sure.
Not sure.
We can. Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah, and we'll continue
It'll
working
be
on that.
close. I don't know if it'll be the same day.
Yeah.
But
It'll be around.
it's not far away.
Yeah.
I guess is the point.
Maybe a week 1 or week 2 sort of thing.
Yeah.
But, and I'm loading Linux back there. So it'll be hopefully it's gonna be a much beefier computer.
Yeah, it'll
run
run.
some.
I'm sure it'll run fine. I
Yeah.
think
Linux may not be
the Mac we have is
it's actually not bad.
it's older though. It's the graphics card it has is like a low tier like last gen, and it's also a mobile card. So
Oh man, that
it's
sucks.
like a 750.
Yeah.
It's not like the worst thing ever, but
No, it should be playable on that though. It should be a little
yeah,
bit better
there's
than it's.
some stuff. I think
Yeah. We'll make it work. We'll get it spread away.
Them scalability.
yeah, hopefully that
640 by 480 resolution gives it help.
Let's see.
How much will early access be? Have we discussed?
Oh, we're still talking about $10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like
So it's gonna be a $10 game. Not early
That's a
access.
good number.
I'd buy
Yeah.
this game for $10.
I would buy this.
Right.
I would. Yeah. I mean, I would buy this game for $10. I think the next like 3 weeks after release are going to be.
Yeah, I mean,
You know,
obviously
big,
it's
right?
based off what the final product's gonna be.
Sure.
So
Yeah, yeah.
like,
But we're already putting in another 2 enemies in the next 3 weeks,
oh boy.
Really wrecked out, right?
and then we're putting in another ship
Cement
within the
to
next
eject.
3 weeks. So I feel like we're going to have a fair amount of content here
Colin will be
in a little bit.
coming out.
Tutorial map would be nice too. It kind of lowers the barrier of entry for people. I think helps out a lot. Let's see.
Figure it all out, yeah.
There's going to be, like we already mentioned, there's some asteroid work. There's background art asset stuff. There's a lot of little effects that Mike is working on in the back. One of them is, I guess, a bit. Oh, he's talking. Okay, now he's talking about today about gunfire sounds for the enemies in the freighter.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the freighter, when you shoot, it doesn't make a sound, right?
Yeah.
Which is not great. And then the enemies, the shooters, the shooter enemies don't really fire a sound either. So we'll need sounds for those.
All the bullets.
Are you dead for good? No. I mean,
Give me one more.
He's gonna make changes to when your ship gets hit, which is pretty cool, right? So like, I guess
yeah,
when
there's
you,
some more feedback. Like,
Yeah.
It's just when you get hit by bullets mostly. It's
yeah,
just like
you just sort of like there's a particle that explodes and it makes a sound, but it doesn't like push you back or anything like
there might
that.
be some screen check too, but I
Yeah.
don't know if there could be more.
Something that kind of lets you know, like, okay, you really got hit and it hurt. Maybe we could even
Oh,
do
smoke
the.
particles in there too.
Oh yeah.
Just like old. It's part of the
That is something that was done. If you have a lot of damage, if you've taken a lot of damage, I think you're below like 20%.
Yeah, it's the same time that the health, like the health bar goes red.
Right.
I'll just take some damage.
Yeah, your
this is
engines.
the hit effect right now.
Your engines will start.
there it
that's
is.
not enough. Your engines will sort of start smoking, which is pretty sweet.
Is there a way to turn off sound just in case those
Or
shooting
should
sounds?
get way too. I think it's just a matter of making the sounds not.
That too, but I mean,
crazy,
you can,
right?
like, there's gonna be like sliders to like lower sound.
Yeah, there's-
Yeah, it'll just be for game sound
music
though.
and sound
Well, there's
volume.
sound effects and stuff,
Oh, right.
and that's part of it. So like, if it is too much, like,
It's totally possible to divvy everything up into sound channels. That would not
Yeah,
take
but
very
I
long to implement if it became like it.
I don't think it's
Yeah, if that becomes a big
like
problem.
if it's an actual problem, it's something that we can fix with like mixing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think for the time being, it'll be necessary. It won't be necessary. So.
Yeah, it won't be like too crazy. It just needs something because there's currently nothing.
Yeah, we'll do the sliders, and then I have confidence that Mike will be making something that just doesn't clash too much.
Yeah, it won't be like the player's shoot
Yeah.
sound. Like it's not gonna be that.
It'll be
loud.
very light, sort of probably lower in volume. And it won't have a lot of bass, I imagine. Kind of like how most of them are now. So as far as what else we got working on, I guess this coming week, mostly effects, mostly sort of particles and sounds. You already talked about how you're working on the leaderboards. There's a couple of things that I'm not quite sure we'll be able to get in, right? Like better support for puzzle arenas. So
That's that's something.
That's for
like
like
behind the scenes stuff anyway. That's just making it easier to like build a level.
yeah.
And it's not technically needed because there's a decent way to make them now, but it can always be better, I guess. So.
We have an effect for when like a new effect for when bits are solved that Devin did a while ago, like 3 weeks ago, and that hasn't got implemented. So I added a task for that today. As far as I'm aware, Mike kind of signed off on that. He was sort of happy with it, as far as I remember. But other than that, honestly, we're in good shape here. We're trying to push it out and get ready for Friday. And
Next one, right?
Yeah,
well,
this-
today is Friday.
sorry, a week from now. But like I said earlier, it's super dependent on what we hear from Valve, right? Because they may say, it's not a good time, or that is a great time, conversely. So we'll see what they say, and we'll try and keep everyone posted as soon as we know. But I think right now we're in a good state. We're gonna try and do this every week. So next week we'll do a sort of a Twitch cast, but we'll also do like a blog post. Obviously, if we release, we're gonna talk about the game. So that's all I got. You guys got anything else?
Yeah. I think that's. Do you have anything, John? Is there any like questions or something?
Yeah, I don't know if we have any. Yeah, I mean, we can take a few questions, but I don't know how many.
I don't know how many people want.
Not too many. I imagine we're gonna get a lot of the YouTube views probably because we're YouTube. So this is our first too, so it's gonna be like hopefully a slow build up.
Yeah.
We haven't Twitched in a while. Hasn't been since Blade Symphony that we did that.
No, don't use that shit.
Yeah. Oh yeah, just show everybody the face shit. That's a great idea.
No.
No, don't do that.
Okay.
No,
Play
I'm
with
fucking
face.
with you.
What's with this sofa right
Really,
here?
Fug?
I know, right?
This is
We got another sofa.
this is optimal and efficient
This is
for
the least
talking to each
optimal.
other.
We don't like each other though.
Yeah, okay, that's part of the fucking problem. Jesus Christ. All
I
right.
think it was just no one liked Ryan.
Oh, that's,
No one likes
that
Ryan.
might be what it is.
All right, guys. Well.
Any issue with-
Any issue with people posting YouTube videos of gameplay? No, I don't think so.
Yeah, definitely do it. If you
Yes.
recorded at ECGC, that'd be sick.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Do we know of anyone who actually recorded besides you, John?
I think he did. The guy that just asked.
Oh, okay. Well, besides Struddles, but
Yeah.
Strudels.
I think I remember him.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Well, that's all I got.
Yeah.
I think we're good to go. So we'll be on next week around same time, 4:30 Eastern, and we will talk about what we did the last week. And